Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Flex, where we flex your mind and your muscle. I'm your host today. My name is TNG. We're about to get it ready and cracking with our famous, not so famous, but famous exercises. All right, right before we go anywhere, we'd just like to introduce you guys to our little friend here, Mr. Case. We're going to be making use of him today. And as you can see, I have my hat on. Not the best choice of hats, but the scorching sun. And it's always advisable to cover up, your head so that you don't get any excess UV rays that are hitting your body. Okay, right before we get into it, we'd just like to remind you guys to always check us out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Channel 285 Dstv and channel 25 Gotv at 6:30 in the morning, and that is NTV. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any much time, let us get into it right after this break.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to this week's edition of Erongo Talk. My name is Leandria Mouwer.
I am your host, Frida Moloto.
I am Emerita Shikesho.
I am Patricia Napo.
Now, as usual, we bring you the latest news, some sports news, as well as the weather and tides.
Om die eerste wen te kry, is 'n goeie gevoel, man.
Yes. Is that the goal, Joy?
Yes, that is currently the goal.
Phenomenal. I feel nice, creative team.
To catch up for more news stories, visit our online channel, oneupto.com, or you can visit our website at www.erongo.com.na. Alternatively, you can check out our DSTV channel, channel 285, and GoTV, channel 25.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm kind of looking like a gangster, but it's just for the fit. It's just for the environment that I'm in right now. I had to make a way one way or another. And we're going to start with our warm-up segment, which is basically where you just prepare yourself to get into the main workout. So what we're going to start with right now, we're going to have some arm raises. So let me just take it up with you guys here and start off. So for 30 seconds, you just raise your arms. And then you put them close to the body, and then you continue, just like that, just like that, just like that. Okay, and then you're gonna be getting ready to just some side arm raises. We're gonna start in 5 seconds. So all we do is just like that, and then all the way. Do it slowly or fast depending on what you like. Okay, we'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, and that is just as slow as you do it, or you can go faster as well. I know it sounds or seems easy and simple, but trust me, when you have enough raises to it, you're gonna start feeling it. And then that's just what you do. No weight, no extra weight, anything. Just you and your body working. And then we're gonna follow up with our tricep dips. I try to bring this little case, Mr. Case, with me, just to try to advance my height a bit. And then what you do is you just put some weight on it. Don't try to get a case that is not sturdy or stern enough. It should be durable. So what you do is you just try not to touch the ground. But for me, Mr. Case here is a bit low, so I might have to touch the ground a bit, but try not to. So this is what you do. You work on your triceps. Okay, so we're gonna be starting right now. So we do 10 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is it for our tricep dips and also our warm-up. So you don't need to put in a lot of work. This is just something little for you. Today we're not working on stretches, but we just worked on the arms a little bit, slight work. So we'll be back right after this break to get into our first circuit, which is our circuit 1.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraita. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Welcome back. So this is our circuit 1, and today I would like to focus more on the arms, like I just did in the introduction or the warm-up rather. So I want to focus on the arms a bit. So what we're going to start with is our first section or our first exercise in circuit 1 is arm circles. You just do this in a clockwise manner. Do that for about 30 seconds. Do that for about 30 seconds. So it just helps you get into the groove. Okay, and then we come into diamond push-ups. So you have about maybe 5 or 10, depending on how much you can do. We'll see how much we can do. So right now there's some diamond push-ups that we are going to work on, and then just try to move the box a bit to the back. So put your hands in a diamond format, and then you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you can make it to 10, then you're good to go. We're not gonna work with a lot, but you can see the work is slowly building up. And then we're gonna move on to our next workout. This is our jumping jacks. Here we work more on our legs and our arms as well. Like I said, working on the arms, main priority, but it doesn't mean we ignore any other part. So we just, as you can see, the arms are doing a lot of the work. So that's what you're gonna do. Just it's slower if you want. More seconds. Okay, so right now we're just gonna rest a bit, and then we can move to our chest press, basically, which is our chest press pulse, and that is what we kind of work on. So after we rest, we'll go in 5 seconds. And basically, all that you do is you just and then give you another angle. Try to have your arms as close to your shoulders as close to your chest as possible. and then just do that. Like you're pulling something. So you just do that for 10 more seconds. Okay, and that is it for our chest, and then next to our next exercise and final exercise. Basically, we're gonna move on to our next exercise, which is basically diagonal plank. So I'm gonna demonstrate for you guys how you do this. So it's a diagonal plank. What you do is you raise this arm up, you raise this foot up as well. So it should be in a diagonal format. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. So let's get it. So you hold it, and then you try to maintain balance. And then you my left leg is not the best, I've mentioned earlier, but this really plays with your balance. All right, just like that, we are done. And that brings us to the end of our circuit 1. We'll be right back for circuit 2, so don't go anywhere. The work is nowhere near done. Right.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Round of applause to you guys who are still here, to you guys who are still with us and not quitters. I'm not an advocate for quitters at all. So this is our circuit 2, ladies and gentlemen, and we're about to get into it. So we're going to work on our lower body, which is our legs, for this circuit. So we're going to start with a few exercises and just see how we can maneuver around them and see how we can handle. So yeah, so I'm going to start my timer here, and then we're going to start with some side hops. So what you do is you just move to the side, just like that. Just like that, for about 30 seconds. Okay, and then we can rest. Rest for about 10, and then what we're gonna do is, while you rest, you can also just stretch yourself out a little, to get ready for the next exercise, so you don't have to be doing too much. So we're gonna be moving on to our squats, and do the squats. We're gonna have the ones with the arms out. So what we do is, we do it, let me put my timer on, we do 12 of them. Okay, so we do is, you can try to have your legs closer, and then you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's eat for our squats. And then we'll move on to the next exercise. Put my timer here. And then we can do the side laying left or leg lift. So what happens here is basically you lay all the way on the ground, and then you just put your legs together, have your arms right here, just like this, and then you lift your leg up just like that. So we'll begin in 3, 2, and 1. So 1, that's it. Move on to our next, or left leg. So do the same. I did 10 on the other side. I'll do 10 on this side as well. So what you do is you just try to, you can have it 1, you can try to go as high as you can. Also for more pressure, you can just try to go here. So if you go higher, it's a bit more elastic and you're kind of eased up a bit, so you can just like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In that exercise, 8 up my left leg. Like I said, my left leg is not the best, but it fought through it. But trust me, the worst pain for the gain. Okay, so we are gonna move on to our next one, which is we're gonna get in. Let me just put my timer on, make sure that we're always in sync. And then right now we're gonna work on our backward lunges. For my timer is ready, everything is good. So we're gonna work on our backward lunges. So what you do is you just get him fresh. So you just do that. Okay, and left, right, left, right. And that's just what we need to do. That's it. So we're gonna work on our lunges. You can hold your hips, or you can have it in this formation, right? So we just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gotta do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our circuit to end our exercise, the main exercise. But the job is not done yet. You are never done until you have reached the cool down stage, which is what we are going to follow up with after this break. So stay tuned.
Hello viewers, are you ready to take your career to the next level and dive into a world of different industries, different professionals, and of course the careers that are the driving force behind them? Well, if you are, Career Chronicles is the place to be. This is a weekly show that plays every Friday on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 at 9:30 p.m. So don't miss out and catch the latest episode on Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final part of the episode, which is our back. I'm so caught up into the exercises, I almost had backward lunges. This is our cool down, and this is the moment we have all been waiting for. So, what we're going to start with some donkey kicks, basically on our left to the right leg. So we start with our left. So what you do is have yourself in this formation, and then you just like that. We'll do 10 of them on each leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we move on to the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is it for our donkey kicks. So we're gonna move on to other workouts. So let me just put my timer here. Always like to work with my timer, and then just have our, basically what we're gonna do is just a left quad stretch and a right quad stretch, and then that's it. So what we're gonna do is, usually if you have a wall, you can always work better with it. So you try to stretch it just like that, and then you move on to the other side. So you do that for about 10 or 15 seconds that you hold, and then you switch to the other side, and then that's it for our cool down. All right, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. So you just hold it, and then you can try to pull it as far as you can. Okay, and you move to the left, and we do it again, another repeat it, and then we're done. Again, and then you try to go again. So as you can see, this always plays with your balance. It's a test. So the more you do it, the more agile you're going to become. Again. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. Whew, that was fun. That was exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our conclusion to our episode. So, how did you guys like it? Have you enjoyed it? Have you I hope you enjoyed it. If not, you really need to put in more work, because this should be nothing. This should be fish and chips to someone who's an enthusiast and someone who cares about their fitness and their health. Ladies and gentlemen, a kind reminder to just always check us out. Like I said before, channel 285 Go DSTV, channel 25 GoTV, and that is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on or at 6:30 in the morning. You can always catch our episodes as well on oneup2.com in case you missed anything, so you don't feel left out. You can check it anytime, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're ready to start making the work, or putting in the work. From me, ladies and gentlemen, TNG, the new kid on the block, it's out.